Okay, so what I'm going to be doing here to this beautiful zero turn. This one is a Husqvarna MZ5424S, powered by a Kawasaki FR730V engine. So 24 horse V-twin, and this one needs a fuel filter and a oil change. And yes, I already took the dipstick off. So, isn't the cleanest machine. It's our mowing machine, so it's not the cleanest. But there's our air filter here. Okay, let that fall. And then our fuel filter. Yeah, it's a Bergen Stratton and on a Kawasaki, whatever. But I'm going to start by changing the fuel filter. And I already ran the mower here, so it's all warmed up and oil's nice and thin. So I'm going to put 30 weight oil in it. And just on the hours, that's the last time we have changed it, is right there on 123 hours. Guess what the hours are right now? 231.7. This thing's way overdue for an oil change. So let's get to the fuel filter and then do oil. Okay, so an important thing with this filter here is, you can barely see it, but that little arrow is the direction of fuel flow. The fuel tank is to my left of my perspective. The engine's to the right. Fuel's going to be flowing from here to here, so the arrow's going to want to go that way. And this is how the line's set up. Suctions up from the tank. This unit has a fuel pump, so it suctions up from the tank to shut off. I kind of like to have one just in case I winterize it, and easier. But anyway, from your shut off, filter, and then fuel pump, and then carburetor. So what I'm going to do right now is unhook the line that goes to the carburetor, or fuel pump, sorry. And I shut the fuel valve off. That's why it's important to be there. It may spit a little bit of gas, but, you know, see, yep. Spit a tiny little bit. And then we're going to stick our fuel filter, new fuel filter, on here. So our line, remember that arrow? It's going to go right like that. And then clamp goes on there. So this fuel line is nice and soft, so I don't need to change it. Luckily, I don't need to change it. The machine isn't that old, so I can set that fuel filter down like that. Now the other side. It's probably going to be off of camera a little bit here, but no worries, it'll go by fast. Okay, get that old one. And bloop. Okay, gas is leaking, you know. Okay, I'll put that right there. I'll just put that right there. Okay, don't mind that. Crack the fuel valve a little bit so the fuel will go back into the tank. Shut it off all the way, and then put the other side on here. So. Okay, drop my pliers. That's a good step to follow. So really what I should have done, ideally, was shut the fuel valve off while the machine was running and have it run itself out of gas. Ideally. So my life is not very ideal, so I don't take precautions. So now, we will now move on to oil. So, that's the drain plug right there, and then the drain hose. Since the hose is flexible, what you're going to want to do is you can take an 11/16 wrench, box end, doesn't really matter, but put it on one side, then get another wrench, put it on another, and crack it loose. And I already had done that, so let's take it out now. So what you want to be doing, what you want to be careful with while taking a plug out like this, whenever you're unscrewing it, there's liquid coming back at you. So you want to push in on the plug here. Okay. Push in. And then wait till it skips, and then drop it. What I'll do, there, the dipstick's already open previously, so I got the hiccups today, so yeah, look how bad that oil is. Oof. Didn't look very bad on the dipstick, but ooh, golly. Yeah, it's overdue for an oil change. It's pretty overdue, so. Well, just gonna let that thing drain and put the plug back in it and change the oil filter and then put oil in it and run it. So, yeah. Okay, so now I'm gonna get the oil filter off there, which is that piece right there. So, whenever you put them on, you should always oil the O-ring that goes around the outer edge, which is on this side. So I got the oil filter on, I put oil in it, got everything back together and tightened down. And I just want to make note of one thing here. So on the dipstick, right there, it says, for correct oil level, do not turn cap on threads, which that means do not turn it. Just, and then there's your oil level. I already checked it, it's fine. So everything's done. Fuel valve's a little sticky. There we go. So, there's the oil change on this thing.